Let me ask you something. Have you ever wondered why some women reach orgasm effortlessly while others struggle? The numbers don't lie. 95% of men climax during intercourse, but only about 65% of women actually reach a climax, and studies suggest that 10 to 15% of women have never experienced an orgasm in their lifetime. So, what's really going on here? Here's the truth. Female pleasure is an intricate blend of anatomy, technique, emotional connection, and communication. And today, we're breaking it all down. By the end of this video, your sexual encounters will significantly improve. You'll have a better understanding of how to make a woman climax faster and more consistently. We would appreciate if you stimulate the like button and connect with the comments below. Have questions? Share them, we'll be discussing them in future videos. Now let's dive in. Alright, let's start with the basics. Many people assume that all it takes to reach orgasm is physical stimulation. But what's the reality? The female sexual response is a 4-stage process: excitement, plateau, orgasm, and resolution. Each stage is influenced by physical, emotional, and psychological factors. The excitement phase begins with arousal, where increased blood flow enhances sensitivity. This is when anticipation and foreplay are crucial. Blood flow increases to the genitals, making the clitoris and vaginal walls more sensitive. The heart rate rises, lubrication begins, and emotionally, anticipation and arousal start to build. If you want to maximize the benefits of this stage, consider the following. Start getting her in the mood before you even reach the bedroom. Playful teasing, compliments, and small affectionate touches throughout the day set the stage for intimacy. Engage all senses. Light candles, use sensual music, and introduce different textures or even scented oils to heighten anticipation. Slow down. Rushing past foreplay is one of the biggest mistakes you can make. Instead, focus on gentle caresses, light kisses, and sensual conversation before even thinking about direct stimulation. If she's not physically responding right away, don't panic. Women's arousal often takes longer than men. The key? Patience and a pressure-free environment. It's also important to know your lady's likes and dislikes. You can turn her off in a second. The plateau phase is when arousal intensifies and the body prepares for climax. However, if stimulation is inconsistent or pressure is high, a woman might not progress beyond this stage. During this stage, the clitoris becomes even more sensitive and the vaginal walls swell. Her heart rate, breathing, and muscle tension all increase. She might feel like she's on the verge of climax, but not quite there yet. Now, how are you going to get her there? First, find the right rhythm and stay consistent. Many women need steady stimulation, whether it's oral, penetration, or other forms of stimulation. Avoid changing pace too soon. Enhance blood flow by encouraging deep breathing and slow, sensual movement, which increases circulation and heightens sensation. Incorporate teasing by stopping right before climax, then resuming. This intensifies the release when she finally lets go. Some women need different types of stimulation in this phase. Try alternating between clitoral stimulation, G-spot play, or a mix of both to see what she responds to best. Find the parts of her body that she enjoys and give them added stimulation, like the nipples. Combining stimulation of multiple touch points significantly increases the pleasure for her. The orgasm phase is the peak of pleasure, where muscles contract rhythmically. However, not all orgasms are the same. Some women experience prolonged or multiple orgasms, while others need different types of stimulation. So basically what happens is that muscular contractions occur in the pelvic region, releasing built-up tension. A flood of dopamine, oxytocin, and endorphins creates an overwhelming sense of pleasure. Some women experience a blended orgasm, which involves both internal and external stimulation for an even more intense release. During this time, you want to encourage vocalization. Let her express what feels good, whether through words, moans, or body language. Don't stop too soon. Some women need continued stimulation even after climax to prolong pleasure. Experiment with blended orgasms by stimulating the clitoris and G-spot simultaneously to make the experience more powerful. Encourage her to breathe deeply and relax into the experience rather than holding tension. This helps prolong and intensify the orgasm. Finally, the resolution phase is when the body relaxes and sensitivity decreases. Unlike men, many women don't require a long refractory period, meaning they can experience multiple orgasms if stimulated correctly. Here's what happens in this phase. The body relaxes and muscles unwind. Oxytocin, often called the bonding hormone, is released, promoting emotional connection. Some women may feel extra sensitive or even ready for round 2. Yes, multiple orgasms are possible. A study from Rutgers University observed women having between 5 and 50 orgasms during sustained stimulation. Did you know that a woman's ability to orgasm can be heavily influenced by her level of relaxation? Studies show that stress and anxiety can delay or even prevent climax. That's why creating a comfortable and pressure-free environment is key. Now that we understand the response cycle, let's get into the anatomy of pleasure. Most people have heard of the clitoris, but did you know it has over 8,000 nerve endings, twice as many as the penis? That's why it's the most sensitive pleasure center for most women. But pleasure isn't just about the clitoris. Other key areas include the G-spot is a sensitive area inside the vaginal wall that can intensify pleasure when stimulated correctly. Some describe G-spot orgasms as deeper and more intense than clitoral orgasms. The A-spot and U-spot are lesser-known erogenous zones that can enhance sensation. The A-spot, located deeper inside the vagina, is known for heightened arousal with sustained stimulation. The nipples, inner thighs, and lower back, all of which contribute to overall arousal and can amplify pleasure. Each woman's body responds uniquely, so exploring different areas and communicating with your partner is essential. Let's talk technique. If you've ever felt like you're doing all the right things but not getting the reaction you expected, don't worry, you're not alone. 1. Direct versus indirect stimulation. Some women love direct clitoral stimulation, while others find it too intense. Try different motions, circular movements, up and down strokes, or side-to-side motions to see what feels best. 2. Blended orgasms. A combination of clitoral and internal stimulation, like G-spot play, can create more intense orgasms. Using fingers and a consistent rhythm can enhance this effect. 3. Oral techniques. Using varied tongue pressure and rhythm can make a big difference. Try alternating between soft flicks and deeper pressure. Don't forget to pay attention to breathing patterns. They often indicate increasing arousal. 4. Rhythm and consistency. One of the biggest mistakes is changing things up too soon. Once she's enjoying a particular rhythm, stick with it until she reaches climax. There's no one-size-fits-all approach. Experimentation and attentiveness to her reactions are key. Now, here's something a lot of people overlook: emotional connection. A study from the Journal of Sex Research found that women who feel emotionally connected to their partner have higher orgasm rates. Why? Because emotional intimacy lowers stress, increases arousal, and builds trust. Here's how to strengthen that connection. Foreplay starts outside the bedroom. Flirting, meaningful conversations, and affectionate gestures throughout the day set the stage for a more satisfying experience. Engage in deep eye contact and slow, intentional touch. These small acts help build anticipation and excitement, make her feel valued. When a woman feels desired and emotionally secure, she's far more likely to enjoy intimacy fully. Emotional connection isn't just a nice to have. It's a core part of pleasure. Alright, so what about the women who struggle to orgasm, even with all the right techniques and emotional connection? Let's talk about the common barriers and how to overcome them. 1. Stress and anxiety. High cortisol levels can interfere with arousal. Try relaxation techniques like deep breathing, meditation, or even a warm bath before intimacy. 2. Mismatched libidos. If one partner wants intimacy more often than the other, open communication is key. Find a middle ground that works for both. 3. Past trauma or negative experiences. Sometimes past experiences create subconscious mental blocks. In these cases, professional support like therapy can be incredibly helpful. Barriers to orgasm can be psychological, physical, or relational, and they can be addressed through patience, understanding, and open dialogue. Let's be real, never, and I repeat never, underestimate the power of communication. Communication is everything. According to the Archives of Sexual Behavior, couples who openly discuss their desires report higher satisfaction levels. Here's how to communicate effectively. Ask open-ended questions instead of, "Do you like this?" Try what feels best for you. Use positive reinforcement. Saying, "I love when you do that," encourages more of what feels good. Be attentive to nonverbal cues. If a partner seems tense or disengaged, check in to make sure they're comfortable. And let's not forget consent. Consent isn't just about saying yes or no. It's about ensuring both partners feel comfortable, safe, and excited about what's happening. Honest, ongoing communication creates a space where both partners feel safe to explore and enjoy intimacy. So, what did we learn anything today? The female orgasm isn't just about physical stimulation. It's a mix of technique, emotional connection, psychological readiness, and communication. Now, I want to hear from you. What surprised you the most? Drop a comment below and let's keep the conversation going. If you found this video helpful, give it a like and subscribe for more insights on intimacy and relationships. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.